light, creating light. It's a Realtor's life. With Coach Mike, he'll get you right. Creating light.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Realtor Life Podcast, powered by Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm. It's an honor and a pleasure to be here with you this week, and I'm your host, Rick Davis. If you don't follow me on social media, I invite you to do so at Prime Real Estate Rick. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in residential or commercial real estate anywhere in the great state of Texas, you can reach me directly on Instagram at Prime Real Estate Rick. Hey, man, it's an honor and a pleasure to be here with you this week on the Realtor Life Podcast. Man, we have a great show lined up for you all. I want to give a huge shout out to everyone who's checking us out live on YouTube and Facebook. Man, how are you? Get involved in today's show. Leave myself or today's guest a relevant real estate question in the comment section, and we may very well be able to get your question answered on today's show. If this is your first chance to check out the Realtor Life Podcast powered by Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm, you're in for a great treat. On this show, we take the experienced and knowledgeable realtors and real estate professionals that are part of the Brooks & Davis Real Estate family, and we introduce them to the entire real estate audience, not only on Facebook, but also on YouTube. So I want to urge everyone, if you're checking us out on YouTube, hit the subscribe, like, share this episode, introduce your friends, your family, your fans to the Realtor Life Podcast that you have here on B&D TV. I want to take some time to introduce this week's guest. As I mentioned, this week's guest is not only a knowledgeable and experienced realtor with Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm, but she is also an inspiration, a mentor, a consultant, and also a highly respected entrepreneur. I want to thank her so much for sitting in on the Realtor Life Podcast, and I'd like to introduce to the audience, Miss Erica Evans. How are you?
I'm great. Good afternoon, Rick. Thank you. I'm doing well, and you?
Thank you so much for sitting in, man. I was really excited when Coach Mike asked me to interview you in his stead, man. I've heard so much about you from the other members of Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm, and I want to thank you so much for taking some time to sit in with me and allow me to interview you on the show. For the members of our audience, Erica, that are being introduced to you for the first time, could you introduce yourself, talk a little bit about your real estate experience and the areas of Texas in which you work and function?
Great. Again, I am a newly licensed realtor. I've been in the business license for 3 years, but I've been in the real estate business previous for years. Not new to it. I've done flipping in the past, which encouraged me and motivated me then. I started this journey actually some years ago, but then I had a whole lot going on, but I became licensed and I travel all over Texas. And it's not a limited area that I would not go into, but I travel all over Texas. I am a licensed hairstylist, been doing it for almost 30 years licensed. So I am a mother, a wife, a mentor, consultant, and all of that. I love, being in the midst of helping people accomplish any task or goal.
I thank you so much for sharing, Erica. One of the things about your story that is really interesting for someone like myself is that I have the luxury and the opportunity to interview so many highly functioning, highly successful business owners and entrepreneurs in the real estate space that we always talk about how once you become licensed in real estate, then that's when it's time to learn more about how to structure a business. But with your experience, you were already an entrepreneur and a business owner before you became licensed in real estate. So do you feel like that aided in your transition or made the transition smoother with you already having an entrepreneurial background and just adding that real estate license to your utility belt of services and things that you can provide? How did that help to make you successful faster?
It was really kind of smooth because being that I'm a salon owner, I deal with the public anyway. So I know the different swings and moods of different people, how to deal with them in that aspect. So with that, it made me kind of like level up on my customer service skills even more because it was a different area of people now that I'm dealing with, not just to satisfy someone with a hair care need, but satisfy someone with the living arrangement need. So it kind of helped push me a level up since I've been a realtor.
You know, have an opportunity to meet some of the people who've already previously known you and worked with you. One of the things that was impressed upon me is that you've always been in leadership positions, not only in a professional space, but also socially. So, with that being the case, could you talk about in your world, within your sphere as an entrepreneur, what does leadership look like for Miss Erica Evans? What are you providing to the people you mentor and inspire on a regular basis that you feel like they draw from being around you?
One of the things that I pull out as being a leader, um, I'm making sure that I'm leading and practicing basically what I'm preaching. I have a lot of young ladies from young and old to mentor, to encourage them, to motivate them. Things happen in life and people get down, and I'm that one to influence you, encourage you, to help pull you up, to help push you, to help keep you going in that direction. Um, I'm also the one that would stand by your side, to stand by your side, to see that you have accomplished that, to see that it's done. So with me, I'm ambitious, very ambitious and persistent in it. I don't give up. I'm not a giver up, but I keep going. And if one avenue doesn't work out, we have another way to go through it. So I'm that type of person to walk with you side by side and encourage you and push you and let you know, yes, you can. Yes, you can do it. Yes, that's your portion.
You know, thank you so much. That's such a powerful message because you know, it's funny when I have opportunity to meet other business owners. One of the things that we always talk about is how sometimes we undervalue the mark that we're leaving on all the people around us. And I'm just so proud to know someone like you that not only understands the importance of having that visual mentorship, someone to look at, someone that you feel like is walking a path that you want to one day walk, is something that's so powerful when you're trying to connect with those younger generations. One of the things that you mentioned earlier in the interview is that you have a background in real estate from an investment perspective, someone who was buying homes, renovating, flipping homes. When now that you're a licensed realtor, when you meet those prospective investors, how powerful is it when you're talking to them about why they should work with you? When you can talk to them about how you have that experience on the same side of the line that they're on as an investor and a home flipper.
Most investors that I come in contact with, and when they come into distressed properties that I show them, they always have the question, well, how much do you think it's going to take to renovate it? And I know as a licensed real estate, we can't give them numbers, but being that I have had that experience, I would give them numbers of what I would do because everybody's investment, everybody's taste is different, everybody's money is different. But it never fails. That question always, how much do you think it would take? So with weighing that out, I'm able to help them in that area, kind of negotiate so that they're not being like lowballed or losing money. But I can help them because been there, done that, and spent money in, from the least to the biggest amount of money in renovating different homes and stuff. So they trust me in that area. But it's funny that you asked that question because it's always, well, how much? And at first I would say, I can't tell you how much to spend, But, and then I said, well, let me tell you from my experience in renovating properties, flipping them up, whether it's just small as changing carpet and paint to sheetrocking and replacing a roof. So I've been there and done that.
No, it's super funny, and I appreciate you for being so candid about some of your experiences from that standpoint, because I want to urge everyone in the audience, if they were to work with you as an investor, to take Miss Erica Evans' advice, because not only does she have experience in renovation, but she also has experience in interior decorating and interior design. So could you just share with our audience a little bit about where that passion stemmed from? How long have you had a real interest as far as interior decor? And when you think back to your upbringing, who do you think may have been, or what do you think may have been like the catalyst for that interest?
Rick, that's a great question. And even when you say look back into your family, this was a generational blessing that was instilled in me from a little girl growing up. My mom was an interior decorator, and back then, as we grow up, we talk about it now, that our house was always a model home. Now that I'm grown and I'm into it, it was a model home because my mom would decorate. She would take some material or just a flat sheet and make some curtains out of it, and you would thought they were just bought from a store. But she always kept our house in a perspective of allowing people to come in. We're like, Mama, all these people coming in. But that was instilled in me. So she taught us, because not only was she a registered nurse, but she was also a homemaker. She cleaned homes and took care of homes for other people. So that was a passion of hers. So she just poured that down into us, and everything from teaching us how to make up a bed, all of that, to knowing the height to hang a picture. So that has became a passion and was instilled in me from then. So not only from renovating properties, I would go in and either add the decor and decorate. And that's something that now me and my daughter, I've instilled it in my daughter. So we kind of like a little team that go and decorate, from smallest of little offices to different homes that clients will trust us to do. So that's definitely a passion.
No, and Miss Evans, I got to ask you this question because I didn't even have the idea that I would want to ask you this until we start the interview. So I hope this question isn't coming too far out of left field, but I must ask you. When we think about your background and your passion for interior decorating, one of the things in real estate that I do personally is with my home buyer clients, I always offer them, when the time is right, let me know, and I would love to host your housewarming party. Give me an opportunity to meet the client's family, that type of thing. But one of the things that's always for me really tricky is picking out a really cool housewarming gift. Something that the person you give it to that's getting the new house will actually be able to use, or a cool decorative item. Are there some things that when you go through like a place like a Home Goods or something like that, that we may not necessarily understand could add a cool decorative piece or a decorative thing to a space? Is there something that you can advise our audience as far as to look out for when they want to decorate a room or something in their new home?
I'm a kind of abnormal person. I like fixtures, different, like crazy fixtures that doesn't make sense. I like taking that fixture and adding it with a candle or something. Not just necessary. I don't do pictures. I like pictures, but I look for the craziest things that people don't think about, instead of rather, floral or solid print or something like that. But I look for something kind of exotic and use that. And that's gifts that I give my clients or use as a decorating tool. So I go from store to store, from Home Goods. I had a client, she wanted to go on the tour with us. She said, well, just let me show you, but she don't have the patience. So I don't go just to one store in that day. I may shop, go all day until the store is it's about time to close. So she said, I know I can't do this. This is not for me and whatever, but I do. I go from furniture stores to all stores because I have, once something registered in my mind, I know your taste, then that there it blings. And then so I go look for the abnormal pictures and fixtures.
Do you have a shopper's game plan? Is there a particular day of the week that makes more sense for you, or time of the day where you're trying to beat the other people there? Or does that not really matter? You just know it when you see it?
Absolutely time. Monday through Wednesdays. To me. Are the best times to go and shop when you're furniture shopping, picture shopping, house shopping, decor shopping, because it's less people in. People tend from Thursday to Sunday, they're out shopping. So they're in your way. You can't like think and put things together. So I take, my phone is filled. I bought a photo stick because I take pictures of everything that I put together. And so I go out and gain the rapport with certain salespeople at the stores to know when they're getting certain things in. So I start low shopping before I go high shopping. And I go low shopping for one. Ross is one of the stores I'll go to first before I go to a Home Goods, because pretty much you may find the same fixture in there, just priced different. So
not to interrupt, when you say low shopping, are you talking about as far as the department stores and the tiers? So you say you start off at a Ross and then you go up a tier to a Home Goods. And what's the next tier above Home Goods, Miss Evans? I'm curious.
At home.
Oh, at home. Okay, absolutely.
At home and living spaces.
How you teaching me so much right now? You just don't understand. Thank you so much. But go ahead. That's outstanding.
Yeah, but so I start low, because and then and take and compare. So, and I shop at the stores. If I cannot return an item to your store, I would not buy from your store, because I'm shopping. So if it doesn't fit, or if I find something else that's better, then I want to be able to return it. So if your return policy is final sales only, then I do not shop there unless I just know I'm just going to need that particular item. But furniture stores all around, from gallery furniture to exclusive to every furniture store, mom and pop store, I go to and shop.
Now, and I gotta ask, now as far as your daughter, can she keep up with you, or is she taking your shopping appetite to the next level?
Oh, she takes it to the next level. Now, I'm pretty much old school and she's new school. So sometimes we have that battle in between, and her taste is very much, it's a little higher than mine's, because she's she's younger. She's in her 30s. So they have a different type of look and perspective that they're looking for. But absolutely, I have two daughters that's in it. But the oldest one is the one that has a passion to do it. She's an entrepreneur as well. I've been trying to encourage her to get her license. She's a licensed stylist.
We're going to keep encouraging her. That's what we're going to do. No doubt about it.
But yeah, she bumps her head. But being a decorator, you have to know the warms, the cools, the seasons, because some people, and that's something that my mom instilled in us. We had to know the seasons, even to dress and wear, what seasons to wear. You better not wear a summer color or some in the wintertime, and vice versa, or summer clothing. That's from the old school. So that there has helped a lot as well.
I want to thank you so much for sharing, because that's the entire premise for this show, is to have real estate professionals like yourself shed some light on how they maintain a work-life balance that keeps you from getting burnt out on the industry and always keeps you fulfilled and up and happy. And I want to thank you so much for sharing so much about your personal passion, some of your personal interests, a little bit about your family. But I want to make sure, and I want to ask you this, as far as your decorating things, are these things that you share on social media? Are these pictures that you ever put out for public consumption? Or are these tips and tricks that you only save for your clients?
I don't post a lot. My daughter does, but a lot of my tips and stuff I do save for my clients. And that's something that I'm working on now because I use her as my little secretary assistant to do all of that, the posting, because sometimes it may slip my mind and stuff. And, once you get on social media, it takes time. It takes your time up. And I'm one of them that, time is of an essence. So I like to utilize my time and then don't want to put all my time into one place. But I love what I do. And being a realtor, you have to have a passion. That's for me to love it because I love to see my own home, fixed up, decored, and in a good condition. So I look for that to do the same as for my clients as well.
No, absolutely. For the members of our audience that would love to tap in with you, become a part of your movement, become a part of your flock, learn more about interior decorating, and come and speak with you about buying, selling, or investing in real estate, how can they contact you? What type of contact information can you share with our audience, Ms. Evans?
I'm on Facebook as Erica the Realtor. I'm on Instagram. I'm on TikTok. And also connected with LinkedIn as well.
I want to thank you so much for sitting in on the Realtor Life podcast. As we move into the spring, summer months, if there's any events that you would like to spotlight, highlight, please let us know. Because there's so many members of our audience that I'm sure would like to meet, greet, and interact with you on a personal level, Ms. Evans. Thank you so much. I want to wish you the best of luck in business. And anytime you like to sit in on the Realtor Life podcast, you always have a seat with me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rick, for having me.
Thank you. Have a great afternoon.
You too, as well.
Thank you. Big, huge shout out to Miss Erica Evans, part of the Brooks and Davis real estate family, man. Big, huge shout out to our super producer, Jay Joseph, behind the scenes, bringing this show to you every week. I want to give a huge shout out to the entire team over at the Brooks and Davis Education and Training Center over at 2600 South Loop West, Suite 310 here in Houston, Texas. Stop by, visit with us. If you have a question about buying, selling, or investing, you can reach me directly on Instagram at Prime Real Estate Rick. I want to invite everyone to like, subscribe, and share. And check me out this Thursday at noon Central Time on the Prime Real Estate Network podcast. I host that show along with the co-founder of Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm, Mr. Larry W. Brooks. On behalf of myself, CEO Coach Mike, Mr. Michael G. Davis, he's your regular host for the Realtor Life podcast. I want to thank him again for allowing me to take an opportunity to host the show in his stead. And until next week for the Realtor Life podcast, I hope everyone in the audience is safe and please be blessed.
Hey there, if you're in the midst of a real estate journey, whether you're buying, selling, getting licensed, or already licensed, this video is just for you. I've got some outstanding news to share, so stick around. Considering buying a home? We're here to help. We offer, at no cost or commitment, to schedule a showing for any property in the Houston Metroplex. When you choose our firm, we'll be with you every step of the way, guiding you through the process. Want to learn more? Visit our website or give us a call at the number shown. If you're thinking about selling your home, we've got some great services to offer, again at no cost or commitment. We can provide a free neighborhood buying and selling activity report, showing you the recent market activity in your area. We also offer a free in-person property condition home evaluation, where one of our professionals will provide recommendations to help sell your home faster and for more money.